A return home produced another classic Ichiro performance at the plate.
Line right past Blevins into center field for a hit. Dustin Ackley scores.
Led by 4 hits from Japan's native son, the Mariners started the 2012 season with a win. Dustin Ackley helped the cause with a home run on his first opening day, producing a memorable trip around the bases.
I think that was the first thing I thought of when I got in the dugout, was that I was leading the major leagues in home runs. So
now the Mariners want to get greedy on this extended road trip and make it 2 straight over their Bay Area rivals in the land of the rising sun. We rise for Game 2 of this series next on Root Sports.
Mount Fuji, one of the great landmarks in the nation of Japan, the land of the rising sun. This is Mariner Baseball from the Tokyo Dome as we come to you from Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, Washington. It's the Mariners against the A's in the second game of the 2012 season. A pleasant good morning, everybody. Are you awake? Have some coffee. Stick around with us for the next couple of hours. Dave Sims and Mike Lowers with you. Let's talk about Ichiro last night. Yeah. He was outstanding in his homecoming last night, just what the fans wanted to see.
Well, I think everybody wanted to see. I think with Ichiro, everybody was talking about last year and where is he at now in his career, being 38 years old, off to a great start. And that's so important for everybody, even a veteran like Ichiro, to get off to the start that he did. And last night, coming up with 4 base hits, I think that was pretty big, especially the one at the end. They gave him the RBI that gave him a little bit of cushion there at the end of the game. And as you take a look at Ichiro, we showed his numbers last night. His infield hits actually had been down a year ago. Everybody was kind of wondering what was going on that. Well, this is how he starts his 2012 season. A chopper over the mound. That'll be an infield hit for Ichiro. Has to feel good about that. Get that first one out of the way. Comes up his second time. This one jams him a little bit. Pennington makes a great play at shortstop, but Ichiro, with his speed, able to beat it out by a half a step. You take a look at the Ichi meter. That's right, it is in Japan. Keeping track of him. And then here's a solid base hit back up the middle, ground ball that he hit hard. So 3 for 3 at this point, Dave.
That's really good, too. It's a great sign. Ichiro, of course, batting in the 3-hole. Then he comes up in the 11th and almost takes the pitcher's cap off, scores a run. Coming around to score is Ackley. And the Mariners go on to win it 3-1. Ichiro gets caught in a rundown, but he got the job done last night for the Mariners. Now, another guy, and we were excited last year when he got called up, Dustin Ackley. Tremendous night last night, swinging the bat with authority.
Well, both pitchers on track. Felix Hernandez, you knew what you were going to get out of him, but McCarthy was dealing also until this pitch, a fastball in the middle of the plate that Ackley hits out of dead center field. You can see it's 400 feet away, hits it up into the seats, get the Mariners their first run of the season.
And in the 11th inning, Ackley, look at the pitch up in his eyes, and he takes care of it. Plate's right. And the Mariners, as we mentioned, going to win it by the final of 3-1. Some tough news for Mike Carter. Remember that double last night, 4th inning? Dove for it, sprained his right shoulder. He's on the DL for 15 days. Carlos Peguero, who's on the trip, he takes over now in the active roster.
And that's the good news. Peguero is with the team in Japan, so he'll be active tonight. But for Mike Carter, trying to make a great play in the 4th inning to keep the run off the board from the A's. You see this pitch to Suzuki. And look at the diving effort from Cart, but that is a hard turf out there. He lands hard on his shoulder. Finished the game, but we ended up getting news today that he will go on the DL for 15 days, so they will not have his left-handed bat in the lineup for the next couple of weeks.
He went 0 for 4 last night. Let's take a look at the lineups for game number 2 this 2012 season.
And because Carp is out, a few changes. Fagan still leading things off, then it's Ackley and Ichiro. Smoke Montero. Kyle Seager getting his first start of the year at third base. He will hit 6th in the lineup. Then it's Olivo, Saunders, and Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, will hit 9th.
Opposing the Mariners, the veteran Bartolo Colon was with the Yankees a year ago, and he's had success against the Mariners.
Well, you can see his first start against the Mariners was back in 1997 in the Kingdome. Back then, he was pushing close to 100 miles an hour. Not a power pitcher like he used to be. He will switch things up, but he's an effective pitcher. Pitched well for the Yankees last year. You take a look at the A's. Cespedes, the big kid from Cuba, playing center field for them. Josh Donaldson getting his first start of the year at third base. Pennington and Weeks up the middle. And then you have Suzuki, the veteran, will be behind the plate.
So game number 2, glad you're with us. Here's Sean Figgins to lead it off against Cologne. And first pitch There's a ball, an umpire behind home plate. Jeff Nelson, Marvin Hudson at first, Dan Bellino at second, Tom Hallion at third.
And you can see Colon throwing the first pitch. Throw it back to him. He threw it out of the game. We saw that last night. Same thing with McCarthy. They took the first pitch out of the game.
Up high from Colon. Figgins last night 1 for 4. Got a 6th inning base hit. Glad you stayed up or took a nap to get ready to stay up with us to watch Mariner baseball here.
And for Figgins, he's doing exactly what he was doing in spring training. That is being patient, seeing a lot of pitches. Again, on base percentage is what Eric Wedge is looking for out of Figgins. A 1 for 4 night for him last night.
Figgy in left field. Fly ball left field. Cespedes calls off crisp. 1 down. Let's bring up Dustin Ackley. What a game. We showed you 2 for 5. 2 runs scored. And he knocked in 2.
Highlighting the base hit that he ended up getting in the 11th inning. Huge base hit. That pitch above his belt, you don't see many left-handed hitters able to attack a pitch the way that he did. Good velocity from the pitcher. That pitch is in the low to mid-90s. Unusual for a left-handed hitter to be able to attack it. I think it's one of the many things about this young man that's going to keep him around in this league for a long time.
Interesting watching his approach at the plate, the way he walks into hitting position here.
He glides.
Yeah. Behind 0-2. Another big crowd on hand at the Tokyo Dome. We've got a big crowd here at Bellevue. Nice hearing from people all around the greater Seattle area, as well as East Coast people who got up last night. What, 5 o'clock start in now 6 o'clock start in the East Coast, and baseball fans are jumping all over it. So, and hope you're with us again here for game number 2. This is certainly unusual. Lights it off.
We're talking about Ackley and the way he glides into pitches. It's something that hitting coaches constantly talk to hitters about. A lot of times strides get a little bit long. They get quick. Try to get that front foot down in a hurry. He never seems to be in a hurry at the plate. And I think that gives him every opportunity to try to put the ball in play. And so far, Colon just going at him with fastballs.
Strike 3 called. 2 outs. 2 outs. That's what we'll hear at least 3 more times here tonight. Ichiro, favorite son in Tokyo.
Think he grabbed all the headlines today?
Oh my goodness.
Only 4 for 5 last night.
And it's interesting as we watch the feed from Japan, and you folks saw this. When in doubt, they put Ichiro, I don't care what he's doing, just put him on camera. And Muniari Kawasaki, Iwakuma, back up the middle. Weeks knows he's got to hurry. He got him. Nice play. So the Mariners go quietly in the first. 1, 2, 3. Glad you're with us this morning for Mariner baseball here from Root Sports in Bellevue. No score. Bottom of the first coming up. The Athletics take a look at their lineup that they'll send out against Mariners starter, the number 2 starter, Jason Vargas.
For manager Bob Melvin, the talented Jamil Weeks leading things off. And it's Pennington, Chris Gomes, Johnny Gomes, the DH hitting fourth, Suzuki, Cespedes, Reddick, Donaldson, and Kaihui, the first baseman, will hit ninth. Jason Vargas last year, a little bit of a change for him in his delivery and things that he's working on. Turning his back a little bit more towards home. It seemed to work for him well last year towards the end of the season, so hopefully that'll be the case. You see him pitching to the A's in last year's appearance. Change up a big pitch for him. So if he get his change up working, he'll have to work down. The ball will carry in this ballpark. Only 328 down the line. So for Jason, not an overpowering pitcher. He will have to keep the ball in the ground. To do that, he has to pitch down in the zone and mix his change up in there.
He's definitely going to have to keep it down. Last time out in Arizona against the Cubs, 2/3 of an inning, 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned, a walk and a strikeout. He faced, what was it? He faced 12 hitters, and Eric Wedge came and got him. But learning experience. Wedge talked to him for a long time. Says, "Hey, shake it off. You're a number 2 guy. Don't worry about it." How about his finish last year? He had that losing streak at one point, and it seemed like he had lost it there for a while. He had one stretch. He was 6-5 on July 1st. Then he lost 5 consecutive games. Then finishes strong in September, 3-1 with a 2.84.
He made a mechanical adjustment. You can see him turn his back.
Fly ball, center field for Saunders. And that's proved to be very effective here.
Easy play for Saunders. Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners. Pickens gets to start in left field. Ichiro out at right. Kyle Seager, again, his first start. He will be at third base. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Justin Smoke, your first baseman tonight. And Miguel Olivo catching. I think with Vargas, it's that little bit of a turn and seemed to get him back down in the zone. And, you know, guys have their bullpen work in between starts, and they work on different things. And Carl Willis liked it. Jason liked it a lot. Something that Felix had gone to a year before. And it certainly helped him. And so for Jason, he's doing it here tonight. He did it throughout spring training. And we'll see if it works for him here in 2012.
Your shortstop, Cliff Pennington. Pennington 2 for 5 last night against Mariner pitching.
Another good sign for Jason. First 2 hitters working ahead in the count. First pitch strikes are important to him.
Vargas had some good stretches last year. You know, he had a couple of shutouts against the Phillies and the Rays in June. He had 3 shutouts on the season, 4 complete games. Pennington serves one into center field. First A's hit.
Solid base hit for Pennington. Pitches down in the zone. You have to give Pennington some credit. He stayed with it. A solid line drive back up the middle. Vargas will have to work to keep him close at first base. And then you have the pesky Coco Crisp coming up next. He can cause problems. I think one of the things that we saw last night, both clubs wanting to run. They're going to be aggressive this year. Both of them had struggled offensively last year. So they're going to do whatever they have to try to manufacture some runs.
Got to. It's not like they have 4 or 5 thumpers in each lineup. Absolutely.
Numbers for Coco Crisp. I always thought he was a really good center fielder, but the A's deciding to move him to left field.
They got some coverage out there now because Cespedes looks like he can run too. He's a star in Cuba. And there for a strike. How about Vargas last year? 2nd worst run support in the American League, behind Doug Fister. A lot of tough goes last year for Jason. 32 starts, 10-13 record. I would have expected to see Weaver and Herron in that group. It's a surprise. 0-2 here to Crisp.
Staying in on his hands. All the fastballs he's thrown to him so far. It's a little cutter. You're not going to see a lot of movement. It almost straightens it out for him when he's going to pitch inside to the right-handers. And that's what he's doing with Coco Crisp so far, working on his hands. Crisp with a World Series ring.
Sox credit, 07 Red Sox. 0-2.
Outside, 1-2.
I like when the umpires tell you it's outside. You know? Tell me what you got. It's like in the NFL, Ed Hockey always tells you exactly what's going on. I like to hear that. Good communication.
Tom Hallion behind the plate last night. We had no problems here.
Always a pleasure watching him work. 1-2 to Crisp. Boy, broke his bat. Little looper going back. Ackley calling everybody off. Vargas very heads-up play as he goes to cover second. Glad to see Ryan back in the lineup. He took that spike last night, and that was I think everybody was a little shaky after seeing that last night.
And there's the cut fastball. You can see it hit right on the label of his bat. Just cuts it in half. Basically told Coco Chris, I'm going to pitch you inside, and that's where I want to get you out and work for him. See if he stays with it.
Here's Johnny Gomes with Washington last year. He's had 3 20 home run seasons. Time called. Johnny's been around Tampa Bay from 03 to 08, Cincinnati 09 into the 11 season, and spent the rest of the 11 season with the Nationals. There's a strike. A total of 14 home runs, 43 RBIs last season. 11 home runs with the Reds and 3 with Washington. Got him in a cleanup spot. 0-1 minute count. Another thing we always talk about with Vargas, boy, he's got guts. He's going to compete hard. No, you know, get him in a jam. Nothing phases him.
Well, it's a good sign tonight. He's throwing a lot of strikes, working ahead of hitters. Sometimes guys get their first start of the season, they have jitters. Everybody would expect that, but he seems to be in command of his fastball.
Strike 3 call. Gomes not pleased. Vargas is. He's out of the first inning. He's got a strikeout to end it against Johnny Gomes coming up. Smoke, Montero, and Seager. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by the Emerald Queen Casino. It's time to rock with Big and Rich April 14th at the Emerald Queen Casino with special guest Cowboy Troy. For tickets to emeraldqueen.com. Good look at the skyline of Tokyo. And hey, you want a cold beer here, huh? Here's how they serve it to you in the Tokyo Dome. Wow. I wonder how much that weighs. All right, ready? Let's go. Fan out. Sell some beer.
What do they have? Kegs back there? Little kegs? Yeah, look at that.
The pony kegs. Nice. Hey, my friend wants 2. I'll just take a half, okay? I got to work today. Here's Smoke getting into one. In the gap. Cespedes runs it down. I'd like to see the Mariners big boys get going last night. 4 through 7 in the lineup last night when a collective 0 for 17.
That's a good sign right there to see Justin Smoke jump on a fastball. Was able to pull it into right center field. Unfortunately, it just ended up being an out, but he hit it hard.
Here's Montero DHing tonight.
I think with the young guys, this is the one thing that I would say is an advantage, I think, for the Mariners, is they're going to get an opportunity, including Montero, to go out, and after this trip they're still going to finish on the road in Oakland and then in Texas.
Right.
And they get a chance to get some at-bats under their belt without the pressure of playing in front of the home crowd, try to get some things going for them. And it gets difficult. I can tell you this, that early in the season, the first game opener, okay, you go 0 for 3, 0 for 4. Then you pile an 0 for on that second game. Everybody wants to get that first hit out of the way. So you hope that these guys do that, get the hit out of the way so they can go ahead and relax and swing the bat the way they're capable of. But sometimes early, that first week of the season can be difficult when guys start playing mind games on them. Even though you know you have 500 at bats up front of you, getting that first one can be tough. Great pitch.
3 call. Second strikeout for Colon, both looking. Weren't you a notoriously slow starter in April?
I'm giving you that right there from example, David. Yes. And trust me, it wasn't by design. It's
no,
I
absolutely.
wanted to do, but
I mean, that's got to really stink too, because you really do start pressing like crazy.
Well, you do, and you know the thing about it too that I've always found it's tough about April is you go that way and you start off and you get off to a slow start and you go over for the first couple of games and then you mix in a hit and then you go over the next day. Well, you know that everybody in the stadium sees 143 on the scoreboard, and you realize that's 15, 16 at bats. It's not that big a deal, but I don't care if you compete and you play at this level. You don't want to see that up there.
No way.
They can play some games, and you just have to settle into the season. If you talk to the guys, most of them will tell you they like getting through that first 100 at bats. Then you feel like you're in the grind of it, and you're closer to where things are going to be, and you have an opportunity to do something.
Seager down to Kaihui. Seager has had a nice spring. And Colon very effective through the first 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down in this scoreless ballgame. Everybody to the Japan opening series on Root Sports, where the Mariners Moose is busy collecting souvenirs. Jen Mueller, enlighten us. What else can be had at the Tokyo Dome?
Ichiro is even more of a fan favorite here in Japan than he is in Seattle. And during our broadcasts throughout the year, we see the Ichi meter quite a bit. You know, the little counter that keeps tracks of the hits that he has during the course of the season. Well, take a look at this, guys. You can actually buy one here at the Tokyo Dome, so you can keep track at home or maybe just put it in the broadcast booth. Perhaps I should bring one back for you.
Absolutely, Jen. And the lady who does that, she's in Japan. I wonder if she should have got a copyright on that. She better call her lawyer. Maybe she's too late. Here's Kurt Suzuki.
I thought it was great that she goes all the way to Japan and she's sitting right there in a familiar seat.
That was awesome.
I heard she had a nice ovation last night, too. The announcer showed her on the big screen there, and people recognized her right away.
My wife said she tweeted me. I didn't see it. I have to get back to her. Suzuki, always a tough customer. He's batting in a 5-hole tonight. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Suzuki, Cespedes, and Reddick. And for the Ichi meter lady, they gave her another introduction. So clearly they're watching our broadcast and have certain favorites, right?
Oh, yeah.
Suzuki, ground ball, fielded by Ryan. Easy throw, one down. Gonna bring up Scoreless, young man from Cuba. Cramp in his quad. He was able to overcome that. Started last night. It was originally down as starting for tonight's game. 5 for 25 during the spring. He's batting 6 tonight. They say eventually they think he'll be up in a 3 or 4 hole.
I'll be curious to see how Vargas goes after him. Last night he had a tough time, I thought, with the breaking ball from Felix and Wilhelmsen. Now both of those guys have plus breaking ball, so we'll see what Vargas has. He typically isn't going to have the sharp one.
Ryan charges. 2 outs. It's the event that welcomes baseball back to Seattle each spring. It's Mariners opening night, and it's set for Friday, April 13th. So make sure that you're on hand to welcome your hometown team. Pick up tickets opening night versus the A's now at Mariners.com. Big tip of the hat to all the folks who showed up at the Terrace Club last night.
How about that?
That was wonderful. Way to go, folks. Saw a couple of pieces on TV. A lot of enthusiasm down there. All we need now is the calendar to turn over and some warm weather, and we'll really have something special. Here's Josh Reddick, the right fielder. So the Mariners, they go back to Arizona for 5 games. Temperatures will be Arizona-like, just what we'd expect at this time of year, 90 degrees. And for a lot of those guys, it sounds like good sleeping weather, Mike. Coming off of this trip.
Count me in on that, by the way.
Here's your contract, sir, to sign at the dotted line.
Take a look at this last pitch from Jason Vargas. That's his 2-seam fastball. Looked like he wanted to run it in on the hands of Reddick. Didn't quite get it in there. Reddick still can't handle it.
Reddick go for 4 last night. Jumps on that one. Smoke puts it away. So both pitchers doing well through 2 innings. We got Olivo, Saunders, and Ryan. 7, 8, 9 coming up in the Mariners' 3rd. How about the game that Felix Hernandez turned in last night in his initial outing here in 2012? 8 innings of 5-hit, 1-run ball, no walks, and 6 Ks.
He was outstanding last night. An overpowering fastball at times, great changeup. Then he started breaking out his split finger and his curveball, and it was over for the A's. They couldn't do much with Felix. Got in a little bit of trouble in a couple of innings where there were some leadoff hits, but he was able to work around them. But you see his command of his fastball, everything on the corners. That was an effective pitch for him to the left-handed hitter, starting that pitch in off the plate and running it back. You don't see many guys that have the ability to do that. Felix he's a lot of fun to watch. His fifth opening day start, by the way, again, outstanding.
Here's Miguel Olivo to lead it off. Olivo 0 for 4 last night. Threw out a would-be base stealer. Big play last night. Fly ball, right field. Weeks, look at that range. My goodness, good play. Wow, Weeks.
He did a great job staying with it too. If you look at the ceiling there, it's a lot like the Metrodome where guys would lose it, and he had to run a long ways. You can take a look at it. Yep, there he goes. He doesn't take his eye off it. That's the key. You can't take your eye off and try to pick it up again. It's difficult. But a fine running catch for Weeks.
Got in foul territory for the first out. Brings up Michael Saunders. 1 for 4 last night. First pitch he saw last night, a base hit to right, and he hit it hard. Stole a base and then had a base running blunder thrown out. Shortstop, the third baseman, the ball hit left side. Look out.
See his spring numbers, hit 324 over the course of spring training. Solid average for him. I just like the fact that he was aggressive throughout the game last night. He did get in an 0-2 count, but it was because he was aggressive. Swung and missed at a pitch and fouled the pitch off.
That's a market improvement, a change from last year.
Again, as the biggest thing with him is just he's such a good athlete. Give yourself a chance. And I was told a long time ago, Dave, that a moving bat is a dangerous bat. It seems like Michael's buying into that.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's going to give me anything, not at this level.
Well, not only that, but if you consistently let them get ahead of you, they're going to chew you up, and that's what happened to him last year.
1-2 pitch hit to Weeks. 2 outs. Cologne 8 up, 8 down. Bring up Brendan Ryan. Ryan last night 1 for 4. Had an 11th inning leadoff double to left center field and came around to score on the RBI by Ackley.
And you can see Cologne turning that pitch over.
Cologne's 38 years old, out of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. Had a good career. 151 wins, 109 losses, a 4.13 ERA.
And he looks like tonight he's surprised the guys a little bit with his fastball. I think he can still rush it up there when he wants to.
Yep.
He's not the consistent 96 miles an hour that he used to be, but he looks like he can get on his fastball when he needs to.
You mentioned it back in 97 to 02, his time with Cleveland. Then he said the Expos in 02. He was bringing it as hard as anybody.
He was right around 100 miles an hour.
0-2 to Ryan. Mariners hitless, just 1 hit for the Athletics. 1 out single in second by Cliff Pennington. So the Mariners go back to Arizona for 5 games. I would imagine those first 2, if not the first 3 games, you'll see a lot of minor leaguers called up. Give these guys a blow once they get back. And Suzuki makes the play. How about that? 9 up, 9 down for Cologne through 3. No score from the Tokyo Dome. Back here in Bellevue as we look at the Roots Sports telecast from Japan. No score as we go to the bottom of the third inning. And snow monkeys, they're native to Japan. They live in snow-covered areas. And humans are the only other primate that lives in a colder climate. The total population is said to be over, hey, getting a good nap in the tub, that's not bad. Hook me up. 100,000. And how about snow monkeys were introduced to a southern Texas ranch in 1972, and it's grown to 600 monkeys, and they thrive in the Texas desert. Go look them up when we go to Texas next week, man.
They seem to be enjoying the hot tub there. That didn't look too bad.
Well, that's not bad at all. Josh Donaldson, the hitter, third baseman. Donaldson, Kia Hui, and Jemile Weeks, 8, 9, and 1 in the third inning for the Athletics. Nice play by Seager. Does a lot of things right in the baseball field. One down.
I think it's been interesting so far to watch Jason Vargas. He's made a real effort, at least the first time through the lineup for the A's, to pitch inside. He's trying to stay on their hands. Again, Jason, not overpowering. He can at times get his fastball up to 90, 91 miles an hour. Typically, he'll be in the 87, 88 range. But he's doing an excellent job of pitching inside to the A's.
Okay, Hui. A couple of errors in there. 12-6 loss to the Hanshin Tigers earlier this week from a Kansas City Royal from Hawaii. Vargas falls behind 2-0.
It will be interesting to see the guys when they get back and what their thoughts are on the trip and how everything went. I'm sure they'll feel a lot better about it if they can win this game tonight, come back 2-0 on the season.
Friday, Saturday next week in Oakland. Off day Sunday. We'll travel, I'm told, leave Saturday night from Oakland for Texas. So we'll be in Texas for a long stint from Sunday night through, what's that, Thursday.
Yeah, four games. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against the Rangers.
Day game on Thursday. First look at the American League champions.
Jump on a plane, home opener.
Here.
Friday.
Popped up, playable for Seager. Two outs here in the Oakland third. This season gets the games you want from the seats you want with Mariners Flex 16 game plan. Customize your personal plan now by picking the 16 games you want to see at mariners.com/16. Looking forward to seeing Mariner fans down at the ballpark at Safeco Field. Top of the order, Jemile Weeks. Oof, that one got Miguel Olivo. Hit it off the end of the bat. Took a chunk out of Miguel. Boy, talk about it. Just can't catch a break. Weeks giving him some time, so is the home plate umpire, Jeff Nelson.
I'm glad that's something when you look back on it. I had a chance to try to switch over to catching at one point, and I'm glad I never did. I'm glad I mean, watching Olivo last year especially, he just took a beating, and those guys, again, I have a great appreciation for catchers in general, but the ones that can actually hit,
it's unbelievable.
With what they put up with from behind the plate, constantly having their hands beat up.
I remember he gave me a number. I don't remember what the number was, but it was an absurd number. The amount of times he had been hit, foul balls, bats, that kind of stuff, like mid-season. I'll ask him when I see him again. I wonder, it was like 60 something. Bobby, how many times you been hit? 60, bro. I'm like, good grief.
Yeah, and then that's obvious because we can watch it happen on a nightly basis, Tim. But then the other thing is you can see him. He has to squat all day. By the end of the game, his legs have to be toast. Maybe not him. He's a bull. This guy, he's as strong as it gets. But then you spend so much mental energy trying to get your pitcher through the game. But I think there's a real tendency at times to give at bats away, just because of what you're concentrating on.
Absolutely.
His priority is to get Jason Vargas through this game.
Right.
That's just difficult.
Any hits are gravy.
Yeah.
I remember talking to our buddy on the radio side, Kevin Kremer, the producer engineer, and he said there's a reason why you see the decline of catchers about 31, 32 years of age. Even the greatest. Bench, Campy, Berra. I mean, a lot of them. It'd be interesting. Ted Simmons, was with the Mariners, and Jack's right-hand guy. I'm sure his numbers tailed off once he got into his early mid-30s. Really thought he had one outside. Full count to Weeks. Three and two to Weeks. Put it in play. Ryan will take care of it. Just gets a hustling Weeks. Nicely done by Jason Vargas. He and Colon, a nice pitching duel here at the Tokyo Dome. Tokyo is the home of the world's most extensive rapid transit system in a single metro area. It offers 13 different lines, 274 stations spread across 204.3 miles. Tokyo Metro began operation in 1927. Now an estimated 8.7 million people ride the trains each day. That'd be the equivalent of every single person in Washington, Idaho, and Alaska riding the subway each day. Careful at rush hour. They pack them in.
That's one of the things that I didn't get to do when I was in
right?
Japan. No, I never rode the subway. I was on the bullet train. I didn't ride the subway. And you're right. I've seen pictures of it from the news when I was over there. They pack them in is right.
Sardines. I'm still curious about the bullet train. I'd like to check that out. Here's Sean Figgins, top of the order.
Well, I've seen you travel enough, and you're about as relaxed as it gets traveling. You will love it.
Yeah.
I'll give you 6 minutes, and you'll be sleeping. Oh, this is great.
Absolutely.
You'll be knocked out.
Figgins flied out the center his first time. I don't know if there's a stat. I don't know, Figgy last year, a lot of attempts to lay down some bunts, wasn't successful. Whatever that number was, I hope he can reverse it this year. Dropping down a bunt down the third baseline to get the guy playing back.
Well, I think the main thing with him, too, is even if he just shows it more, you can bring those guys up closer and get a chance like that to hit it by him. Unfortunately, it's right at the third baseman.
Nice
playing
play
up.
Donaldson.
Great play. He hits this one right on the button. Donaldson in playing third, getting his first start. Fine backhanded play.
Little Leonard Skinner over in Japan.
Yeah. Dustin Ackley, I'm sure, enjoys that.
Ackley Took a cold third strike. Pops this one up. Suzuki's got to play. Donaldson will take charge there. Both pitchers getting it done. With 2 outs. Here's Ichiro. Grounded out to second. Now it's called. He clearly is a combination of Beatles, Elvis, Black Eyed Peas. I mean, name a big group. I mean, that's the impact he has in the nation. He's just bigger than tape.
I was thinking about it last night, and when I was over there in 1999, he was already a huge star.
Is that right?
I was wondering what it was like for him now after all the success that he's had over here in the U.S. playing Major League Baseball, because he was already a huge star then.
He's putting crazy numbers in the Oryx Blue Wave.
Yeah.
I mean, we see fans over here. I mean, sometimes I'm waiting for people to faint. Probably he very well may have had some people fainting over there. He's an icon, to be sure. Strike 3 call. He didn't like that one. Jeff Nelson says you're done. And right now, Mr. Colon is perfect through 4. Look. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Northern Quest Casino, Spokane's newest destination resort. By Ford, we are local. Good look at downtown Tokyo, Japan. Good looking day they had today. No score. Bartolo Colon, folks, through 4 is perfect against the Mariners. He struck out 3, all of them looking. Hasn't walked anybody and given up a hit. Jason Vargas hadn't been too shabby either. He struck out 1, giving up 1 hit. But Pennington leads it off. Pennington, Crisp, and Gomes 2, 3, and 4 against Jason.
I had some interesting conversations with Jason last year. Just about pitching, style of pitching, velocity, being left-handed. This is a guy that really gets it. He studies it. He talks to a lot of people about it. One of the things that he wanted to do was get better at throwing his cutter inside.
Which he's doing a heck of a job tonight.
It's apparent, isn't it? It's something I'm sure that he thought about a lot over the course of the winter and then worked on it in spring training because he's been aggressive in on the hands. of the right-handed hitters for the A's, using his cutter. He knows his changeup is a good pitch, but he needs something to get to it, make it more effective.
Right.
And trying to speed the bats up inside will certainly do that.
Ball and 2 strikes. In and out of the glove, Olivo.
It was fun, though, as he recalled games that he had pitched in over the course of the summer last year. It's amazing sometimes, just everything that they can remember, pitch after pitch, hitter here, situation, what he was thinking.
Skied to center field, room for Saunders. One out here in the 4th, and hey, what better way to watch the Mariners on Safeco Field Diamond than from Diamond Club seats located right behind home plate. Considered the best seats in the house. You're going to enjoy unlimited food and beverage. Plus, you're going to receive first-rate service right from your seat. For more info, visit mariners.com/premium. Just one base runner in this ball game. Coco Crisp. Base hit by Pennington in the 1st. That's it. Crisp. Back up Saunders.
Looks like Saunders is doing the same thing. Saunders, a really good outfielder, defensive player. He can go get it with the best of them. But I don't see him taking his eye off the ball either. He's trying to keep his eye on the ball because of the roof. Again, a lot like the Metrodome. People that have seen games being played in the Metrodome, those guys, they lose them up there all the time. And I'm sure that the guys are happy they don't have to deal with that anymore. But in Tokyo Dome, it's similar. And the outfielders, you can see through their workouts and the practices that they've had, they don't want to take their eye off the ball.
Pop-ups in infield. We saw Suzuki make a catch. You got to stay with it.
Yeah. Well, and at this level, the outfielders are taught when a ball is hit to turn, run, then turn around and pick it up again, run to a spot. But you're not seeing the guys do that. Vargas working ahead again. He's doing an excellent job. He misses with, yeah, and if he misses with the first pitch, he's coming right back with a strike.
1-1 to Johnny Gomes. It took a called 3rd strike. 1-2. One-two pitch. Got him. Olivo holds on, shows it to Jeff Nelson. A sterling inning for Jason Vargas. 1-2-3 go the A's in the 4th. No score in Tokyo. Welcome back, everybody. Roots sports telecast from Japan. Mount Fuji. Look at the reflection, too, as well. Just gorgeous. That is an impressive mountain, and somebody's got a good hook up there. That is outstanding.
Gorgeous.
Look the way it's lit, the paint, colors.
There's some colors for you, Dave. Look at that.
Remember, the kids would have to go collect leaves and do reports on it. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Smoke, Montero, and Seeger. 4, 5, and 6 here in the 5th inning. Bartolo Colon, he's only been perfect through 4.
And probably the hardest hit ball has been off the bat of Smoke. He lined out to right center field, hit it on the button.
Weeks gobbles it up, throws him out. Nice play. Very nice. Looking ahead, our banner bank. How about Jesus Montero? Tore it up in 18 games after his call-up with the Yankees last season. Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He was prodigious, to say the least. 39 homers and 142 RBI. And you wonder why that trade was made. We got more social media, emails. Why'd you make the trade? I said, no brainer. Good trade, both clubs. Yankees needed a top flight pitcher. Mariners needed a top flight hitter. See if we can get off the schneid here. Took a called third strike. Jesus 0 for 4 yesterday.
The last swing is something we didn't see much of in spring training. Pulling off the ball a little bit, front side flying. Going to try to get back in there on his hands.
No.
Ball, 2 strikes.
A lot of strikes, 33 strikes in the 40 pitches that Colon has thrown so far. Again, different pitcher than when he first broke in. A power pitcher. Now he's going to be right around 90 miles an hour with his fastball.
1-2.
0-2.
2-2 to Montero. Kyle Seager's on deck.
We were talking about Montero and his strength, wanting to hit the ball the other way. And there you go.
Get a base hit.
There you go.
Right on cue. First Mariner hit in this ball game.
Well, what I was going to say is that his last night with McCarthy and tonight with Colon, they tried to stay in on his hands. That pitch, he went away, wanting to go away. You can see the catcher, Suzuki, set up away from him. He ends up with a base hit. I don't know where Weeks was. There's a huge hole on the right side of the infield.
So Montero's got his first Mariner hit. Coming at 3 o'clock Pacific time. AM. Kyle Seager had some really good days down in spring training. 14 for 40, 3 homers, 6 RBI in 12 games. It's 7 p.m. in Tokyo right now. Caracas, Venezuela. Assume that they're tuning in again. It's 5:30. Seager gets into one. Center field, but Cespedes. No problem. 2 outs. Opening weekend. It begins Friday, April 13th. We roll out the red carpet and welcome baseball back to the Pacific Northwest. Make sure you're on hand. For the home opener, we're going to welcome back a former favorite Mariner. It's Mike Cameron. And he's going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. So make plans to be there for all the fanfare of opening weekend at Safeco Field. When you get your tickets at Mariners.com. Here's Olivo. Fouled out. Second baseman. Weeks his first time up. Breaking ball and that hanger in there for strike.
Olivo with 19 home runs last year. Take a look at Biggins in the dugout, but Maybe that's what they need to get started again. Last night, Ackley got him started with a home run. If Olivo can get into one.
Taking a Japanese feed, so that's why you'll see a lot of Ichiro and Muniori Kawasaki. 0-1. Put a string. 0-2. A hit apiece for these two teams. In the dirt dugout by Suzuki.
See if Kelowna wastes a fastball here. He's throwing him 2 breaking balls and a changeup.
Let's see what gives here. 1-2. Breaking ball hit back up the middle. Pennington can't get it. Base hit. Montero will hold at second. So Miguel Olivo, his first hit of 2012. Big one.
Just a chopper back up the middle. Shortstop Pennington playing way over in the hole. So the Mariners with a couple of hits. Montero and Olivo. Neither base hit hard, but sometimes you get those seeing eye singles, Dave. They all count. Main thing is to get some confidence and get that first hit out of the way. We were talking about that at the start of the game, and Montero and Olivo now checking in.
Good stuff. Nothing like a 96 hopper to get you going. Brings up Saunders, grounded out to second. I think he'll be seeing a lot of that pitch this year.
In on his hands. I think you're right. But we saw that last year and it chewed him up. But I think if he's going to be aggressive, if that's his mindset, I think he'll be able to get to that pitch a little easier.
Good count for Saunders, 2-0.
Good run on the fastball. Cologne's been around. I think with men in scoring position, nothing ball game. I would be surprised if he gives in to him with a fastball here. He looks like he has good command of his changeup. I think maybe he'll go with that pitch.
Montero, he's at second. Olivo at first. 2 down here in the Mariner 5th. Brendan Ryan's on deck.
Why not? Let him swing.
I agree.
For his opportunity to drive in some runs in the game. Not much going on. Let him hit.
3-0 from Cologne. Takes him for strike. Good action pitch right here. 3-1 to Saunders. Coupling it on. Walked him. Loads him up. First walk of the series as we take a look at the Sterling Bank scoreboard. How about this one? 81 total plate appearances, no walks. 7th time in big league history in a live ball era, no walks. And the longest opener since 1906 with no walks. Remarkable.
I think you have to give a lot of credit to the 2 starting pitchers, McCarthy and Felix, both of them throwing strikes early in the game. He didn't want to fall behind. The hitters became aggressive.
Great opportunity here for Brendan Ryan. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ryan first time up, fouled out to the catcher Suzuki. So that was the 101st at bat plate appearance. First walk after 100 plate appearances and no walks. Big spot here for Ryan.
Bouncing ball, Pennington, short way, and
That'll do it. Tough break. Mariners leave them loaded. Home fifth coming up in a scoreless ball game. Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan, the most populated metro area on the planet. Jen Mueller, she joins us now for a look at how the locals cope with the masses.
Vending machines are every which way you look here in Tokyo. You walk a few feet down the street and you'll see another bank. Take a look over here. Most of these are just drinks. You know, you have your tea and your water and even your coffee drinks. The prices ranging from about $1.20 or so, that's 120 yen, up to 150 yen, which is a little more than $1.50. Now, these vending machines only have drinks, but in places throughout the city, you can buy pairs of socks, underwear, and even fresh flowers from vending machines.
Wow. Socks. I've made a few mistakes in my day packing for road trips, but boy, how about if you forget socks, you get them out of a vending machine? That's wild.
I know I've forgotten to pack the socks a few times.
Hey, I did a basketball game one time. I called Leonard Hamilton, and he was at Miami at the time. Dude, I need a shirt. You're about my size. Bring a shirt to the ball game tonight. Here's George. See what George picks up. Over at Coke, huh?
How does this work?
Here's Suzuki. Pretty good charge into it. Ichiro. Yes, sir. Suzuki takes extra bases and potential extra bases away from Suzuki.
You see the Area 51 sign out there in right field. Well, Suzuki gives it a good ride. Actually, a good pitch from Jason Vargas. That pitch is down and away. Stays with it. Ichiro catches it right in front of the wall. And that wall 13 feet high.
Looks like it's pretty well padded, too. Jonas Cespedes grounded out for short. Ichiro, no matter what happens on this trip, he is the star over there for the Mariners and for all the fans in Japan. As Vargas continues to stay aggressive, he's ahead 0-2. Mariners left them loaded in the top half of this inning. It's their best threat. after Cologne was perfect for 4 and a third.
They're just going to have to figure out a way to create more opportunities, Dave.
Levo giving a look. Doesn't have a play. Eight out of 15 first pitch strikes for Vargas.
The A's have yet to get a man in scoring position. Just one base hit for them. A lot of fly ball outs, but only one base hit.
Probably be a great ballet dancer, right? As flexible a guy as I've ever seen in any sport. 2-2 to Cespedes. 1 out here in the 5th. No score.
Well, and to his credit, because of that, he's played a lot of baseball. He's been able to avoid any major injuries. You rarely see him having any issues.
Oh, good pitch. 3rd strikeout by Vargas. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Take a look at the circle changeup from Jason Vargas. After a couple of fastballs, goes back to the changeup. Cespedes is way out in front of this pitch. It's a great angle right here. You can see the barrel of the bat.
There's Josh Reddick.
They're starting to build a scouting report on that young man, and I think you're going to see a lot of people stay soft with him. Throw some fastballs in off the plate and stay soft with Cespedes.
Reddick hit a soft line drive to Smoke first time up. Looks at a strike, 1-1.
I'll be curious to see how Reddick does this year. He played well for the Red Sox last year. 280. I think he had 14 home runs.
That was a nice pickup.
Again, Jason Vargas not using his breaking ball. Staying basically with a cut fastball and his changeup. And it's working. Just one hit again for Jason.
2-1. Vargas has struck out 3, hasn't walked anybody, giving up 1 hit. Cologne 3 strikeouts. Given up a couple of hits and walked 1. Well stroked. 1 hop off the fence. Reddick has to hustle. Ball's cut off by Ackman. Double for Reddick with 2 outs here in the 5th.
First runner in scoring position for the A's. Take a look at the replay. They're trying to go in on the hands of Reddick. Actually, it looks like a good pitch. Able to pull his hands in close to his body and hit it hard out to right field.
There's Josh Donaldson. Again, the Japanese feed. And Ichiro the focal point of everything. Strike 1 to Donaldson. Donaldson, limited action last year with the Athletics. 14 games, hit 156, a homer in 14 games. At Sacramento, AAA club, 261. 17 homers and 70 runs batted in 115 games. Work inside, 2-1.
Jason can be careful here. He has a left-hand hitter on deck. First base is open. Doesn't have to give in to him.
Good pitch. 2-2. He's right back where he wants to be. 2-2 pitch. On the fist, Seager will take care of it. Vargas gets out of a little bit of trouble there. 2-out double by Reddick. He's left stranded. 5 complete in Tokyo. No score.
I think that was the first thing I thought of when I got in the dugout was that I was leading the major leagues in home runs. So I think that might be the coolest thing that I've ever done in my life. So I mean, to be a part of that, and I mean, to be a part of this winning team. I mean, the game tonight with the extra innings. I mean, it was awesome.
Great job by Ackley, riding one out. It's a good look at his hitting style. Isn't that nice?
Well, that's a great picture of Ackley. You can see how level swing he has. How about a little fight money?
That's it. $1,000,000 yen, $12,000 for his troubles. It's not bad.
It's unique. And I think from looking at that picture, it looked like the presentation was made on the field.
5 minutes after the game,
yeah,
that was.
I know when I played over there the first time I saw that, they get a stage up right away. They have somebody
right?
interview you right out on the field. The fans stay around
every
for
game?
it. They have a player of the game.
Wow. Figgins 0 for 2. Behind 0 and 2. So you won a couple of those. Did you get 12 large?
I don't think it was quite that, Dave. No.
12 large is a pretty good piece of change, man.
Yeah. For a 5-minute interview, that's pretty good.
Strike 3 called. Cologne's 4th strikeout. Figgy 0 for 3. And all 4 strikeouts are uncalled. Jeff Nelson's a home plate umpire.
Well, Cologne looks like he's taking a page out of Felix's book from last night. His velocity isn't where Felix's was, but similar changeup. Both of them, great movement on their changeup. Guys are giving up on that pitch, and it's running back on the plate.
This one popped up. Infield will be Donaldson for the second out. Ackley 0 for 3. Fouled out to Donaldson his last time up and struck out looking his first time. And now here's Ichiro, and the crowd will make a whole bunch of noise. Serious close-ups.
Great changeup again from Cologne.
On 1, Ichiro. Ichiro took a cold third strike Last time up, first time, grounded out to second.
So Cologne again, his fastball around 90 miles an hour. To the hitters, it looks like it's jumping on him a little bit. You can tell they have some late swings, and it's because he's using his changeup effectively, so he's speeding up his fastball.
Good pitch. 2-2.
He started Ichiro with a changeup. See if he goes back to it now after a good fastball in the outside corner.
Held up.
Back to the changeup. Just missed with it. Flashballs going on.
The nation's greatest icon. 3-2 pitch. A pitch up in the air. And Cespedes will put it away. They are dying for him to go yard. No score. Middle of the sixth. Jason Vargas has been outstanding in this his first start of the 2012 season.
And he started the game off throwing a quality fastball in the inside corner, punching out Johnny Gomes with that fastball. And then he comes back with his changeup. His changeup, in my opinion, is his best pitch. There you see another changeup down in the zone. You take a look at the grip. Circle changeup. The key to it is you have to keep your arm speed up to sell it like it's a fastball. And Cespedes out in front of that changeup for another strikeout for Jason Vargas. So he's been in command of this game. Only given up a couple of hits.
Struck out 3, hasn't walked anybody. Here's Kile Kayahui. Fouled out to Figgins his first time. Skies this one. Saunders will take control. Well, we acknowledge that these two teams are not juggernauts when it comes to hitting, but the pitching really has been outstanding for Vargas and Cologne tonight.
And we saw it last night. It's typical, I think. Again, the first few games, the hitters trying to get their feet on the ground, and I'm not surprised by it. These clubs have struggled last year, and trying to find out what kind of club they're going to be, what their identity offensively is going to be. And when the pitchers are on their game, throwing strikes, working ahead, it makes it difficult.
Fly out and ground out for weeks. 2-0.
You look at the A's. It's Weeks and Crisp. Want to keep those two off the bases.
They will definitely try to use him. That is a great asset, that speed. 3-0. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, it's been brilliant. As has Vargas. Can't seem to lose rhythm on that at bat. First walk.
That's a mistake. The thing about Weeks and Crisp is it's not just that they'll steal second, they will steal third also. And you end up getting your defense, they'll have to shorten up a little bit. This causes problems. They start moving around, finding holes.
It's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Or a double play ball, get out. Pennington the hitter. There he goes. Yeah, got him. Great throw by Olivo.
That was a great play by Dustin Ackley out at second base. Olivo getting rid of the ball quickly. But it looks like it's a little bit of a short hop, if not an in-between hop, and Ackley's able to pick it and put the tag on Weeks. Throw is on line. Ackley staying with the play. So many times you'll see an infielder, they'll catch it and their glove will ride up on them and they can't get the tag down in time. Good play.
Fly ball right field, Ichiro towards the line. Foul ball. So Weeks thrown out. He had one stolen base last night. Good operation. Olivo and Acme. Outside. Olivo tried to show inside. Stepped outside, missed.
We saw this from Felix last night. Vargas is doing it tonight. When he misses, he's not missing by much. Won't play an umpire. Jeff Nelson having to stay with him. He is on the edges.
Took a lot off of that one. Popped it up. Seager for the out. Another good inning by Jason Vargas. 6 complete. Nothing but zeros on the board. Welcome back, everybody, to the Japan opening series. Earlier, Jen Mueller showed us the magic of vending machines. In this story, she goes for the more traditional approach to grabbing a meal.
If you're looking for a quick and cheap lunch or dinner in Tokyo, chances are you're going to end up at a place like this. It couldn't be easier. Watch how we do it. Soba.
cashiers. Is it like that when you were there?
I don't remember that. Guess you better walk around with the exact change all the time. Huh?
Yeah. How about that? These two pitchers have been fabulous tonight, Colon and Vargas. It'll be Smoke, Montero, and Seager. 4, 5, and 6 here in the 7th. Seager hit a ball, Smoke hit a ball hard to right center field that was tracked down by Cespedes.
You get the feeling that it's going to be similar to last night's game. Somebody's going to have to hit one out. Which pitcher is going to make a mistake because bunching hits together.
Not happening.
It just doesn't look like that's going to happen tonight.
Good movement on that pitch.
Again, going back to his changeup.
On 2 strikes, the Smoke leading off the 7th. 2-2. 2 hits for the Mariners. They both came in the 5th. Mariners loaded them up. Could not score. Did pretty well. Left field. Gone! There's the home run we were looking for. Home run Smoke. Mariners lead 1-0. Got a pitch away and drove it. Hopefully that's something we're going to see a lot of this year.
That had a different sound to it. Justin Smoke, we talked about it. His first time I hit the ball hard. Unfortunately, it was right at the center fielder. This pitch away, Cologne going away with a fastball. Smoke going with the pitch and lines it over that 13-foot wall out in left field. Lines it into the seats. Get the Mariners a run. Take a look at the swing from Smoke. Pitch up, out over the plate. And drives it into the 3rd row of seats.
Great job. The Mariners on the board with the run. Here's Montero. Short left field for Pennington, the shortstop. 1 out, 1-0 Mariners. Smoke had the good start last year.
And then the injury started to catch up to him. As you watch his numbers, they declined. But he was off to a real good start. June 23rd, he had 12 home runs, 40 RBIs.
He was on pace for, we picked 28, 90, 95.
I think you'd take that, right? So hopefully this year, the big key for him is stay healthy. Let the big man hit in the middle of the lineup and see what kind of damage he can do.
Kyle Seager looks at the ball.
Kyle 0 for 2. Grounded out to first and then hit a fly ball to center field.
He had some good swings down in Arizona. Looks out foul.
Somebody that we're going to have to watch this year just to see what kind of role he ends up with. How much playing time he gets. I think he has to take advantage of this first month, at least while Franklin Gutierrez is out. It's creating an opportunity for him to play because Figgins goes to the outfield.
Takes a strike. Just joining us, Sean Figgins starting at left field tonight. Seager's at 3rd. Ichiro hitless tonight, 0 for 3. Good pitch. 2 outs and then strikeout number 5, all looking. The Mariners give away. You won't shake your head at it, but it's bound to shake its head back at you. Friday, April 20th, Ichiro bobblehead night. It's coming early. Presented by New Sports. You're one of the first 20,000 fans to pick up this year's collectible Ichiro. That big bobblehead is going to be available when you grab your tickets at Mariners.com. Kinds of movement from Cologne. 5 strikeouts, all looking. Here's Olivo.
Olivo with a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2 in the game.
There's a pitch right to the shortstop, Pennington. Mariners get a run. First homer of the season. Justin Smoke goes opposite field on a 2-2 pitch to lead off the 7-1-0 Mariners. Back here at Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, Dave Sims and Mike Flowers, and the cherry blossoms, a staple of Japanese culture since the dawn of the first millennium. Japanese Weather Agency gives forecasts for blossoms each night. The blossoms, they begin in Okinawa in January and move north as the weather warms, reaching Tokyo the last week of March and the first week of April. Tokyo kids, the blossoms always announce the arrival of the school year, which begins in April. 54 degrees right now in Tokyo. Boy, they're beautiful. Good looking day in Tokyo. Right now the Mariners enjoy a 1-0 lead thanks to Justin Smoke, first homer of the season.
Jason Vargas, 78 pitches so far in the game. First time out, he'll be, I think Wedge will hold him right around 100. Might be able to get through another couple of innings.
Well, yeah. 3 strikeouts and a walk for Vargas. Nobody warming up in the Mariner pen right now. Just look at Smoke. And the Mariners to 1-0 lead. Here's Chris to lead off. Coco tonight is popped to the second baseman and fly to center. Tuno. Wave. Two-0 pitch. Thanks for a strike.
I think Coco Chris probably ends up getting a good pitch to it because Jason Vargas does not want to walk him to lead this inning off after getting a run from the home run off of Smoke.
Oof. This is badly there, 3-1.
And they're in a dome, and Jason in Arizona before they left for the trip, his pitch count was up at 100, so he's had some quick innings. He should feel fine. And he ends up walking crisp.
Second walk and 3 batters. Coco had 49 steals last year. Sean Kelly, George Sherrill, they are now up and throwing for the Mariners in their pick. Chris tied with Brett Gardner of the Yankees with 49 steals to lead the American League last season.
And from what we saw from Chris last year, he typically doesn't wait around very long. It'll be the first couple of pitches if he's going to go to take off, and Vargas, aware of that, tries to keep him close at first.
Pretty good lead. Gomes the hitter. He struck out looking and swinging. On 1. But he goes here. Didn't. Now it's 1-1.
Sometimes base stealers tip things off, and you can see it on a turf field like this one in Tokyo Dome. If he gets out there, he's been just short of the carpet. If he gets his foot out on the carpet, I think that's when we're going to see him go. And Jason working hard to try to keep him close at first, give Olivo a chance to throw him out if he decides to go. Olivo was able to throw out Weeks in the last inning.
Got him. Oh! Did not. He was ready to rumble. How did he get back safe? Heck of a good athlete.
I think he's a little quicker than you and I.
Sure. at any stages of our lives.
Exactly.
Mariners lead 1-0 on a leadoff homer in the top of the 7th by Smoke. 1-1 to Gomes. He's doing his job.
Coco was definitely going to go, and I think he was going to go because of the high leg kick from Jason Vargas. That's what he was reading. That's why he decided to go. Jason went back to first. He was just able to get back in there. I don't know how anxious he will be now. See if he goes to a slide step.
High fly ball. Short center. Uh-oh, can't find it. Maybe he's deep. Makes a catch. Take a look at the composition of Japanese baseball. Nippon Professional Baseball, the Central League. Yomiuri Giants, Yokohama, Nana Bay Stars, Tokyo, Hiroshima, Hanshin, and Chunichi. And the Pacific League, Chibalate, where Bobby Valentine was. He had a lot of success there. What team were you with?
I was with the Hanshin Tigers, playing out of Osaka.
So Eric Wedge has come out to get Jason Vargas after 6 1/3. Outstanding performance by Jason. They'll come back. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. It up for spring training at the official online shop of the Seattle Mariners with the largest selection of authentic spring training gear, including clubhouse caps, t-shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, and more. Get set for spring at the official source, themariners.com shop. Well, Junior trying to figure out what he wants. Let's see Dad springing to help him up. Sean Kelly's first appearance in this new season. His first hitter's Kurt Suzuki. He'll do his best to keep Chris close. Suzuki did some damage last night. 4th inning, 2-out RBI double for the A's only run. That tied the score at 1-1.
Well, with a couple of right-handed hitters, you can understand why Eric Wedge went to the right-handed pitcher. Unfortunately, that's going to make things a little bit easier for Chris to steal if he wants to. Take a look at the line for Jason Vargas. 6 1/3, he only gave up the 2 hits, a couple of walks, 86 pitches, 55 of those for strikes. So Jason pitched well in the game. Good first outing for him.
1-0 from Kelly. The only injuries Achilles had. He is ecstatic to be available here for this ball club this year.
You see Kelly going with a slide step. He's trying to quicken things up to home plate to give Olivo an opportunity to throw out Coco if he takes off.
Kelly's had a history of injuries. 2 months. Remember that in 09? Boy, it looked like a sniper got him. Then he missed the last 3.5 months of 2010. Started out last year on the DL. Did finish strong. Good pitch. I know one thing, Kelly will be in front of a TV on Sunday when the Louisville Cardinals, his Louisville Cardinals, take on Kentucky in the Final Four. Sean, it's an understatement to say that Sean's a rabid Louisville Cardinal fan. Fastball misses away, 2-2. 1 out, 1 on, 7th inning. Mariners lead 1-0. Smoke hit a home run off a 2-2 pitch. The lead off the top half of the inning. Crisp led off this inning with a walk. Suzuki gets time.
Kelly's been working him with the slider away. See if he goes back to it on this pitch. Try to put him away with it. And he does.
See if they can get around the horn. Pretty good runner in Suzuki. Tough throw. Good job taking out Ackley by Coco Crisp. There's 2 outs.
An aggressive slide by Crisp. Clean slide. Tried to break up the double play and it worked. Ackley wasn't able to get much on the throw.
There's George Sherrill on the right. Tom Wilhelmsen's up. The guys are watching on TV. What do you say, fellas? Bullpen is right behind the Mariners dugout. So it's underneath
Looks like
the
they had a
stands.
couch in there for him.
Not a bad deal, huh?
Yeah.
Got a refrigerator. They're really getting it done. You called it off-speed stuff.
Staying with his slider. Kelly, this is his first outing, but when he's rolling along and pitching well, he can throw the slider for a strike or pitch off the plate with it. Usually has good command of that pitch. Good fastball inside. Back him up. See if he can get right back to a slider again. Try to keep him honest.
1-1 to Cespedes. Ground out to short and a strikeout. That's some serious protection he's got on that left foot. Uh-oh. Well, he got into that one. Gone. Cespedes puts Oakland in front by the count of 2-1. Cespedes 33 home runs, 99 RBIs in 2010 and 11 combined in the Cuban League.
Well, we talked about him getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches over the last couple of games, and looked like it was a slider again. Unfortunately for Sean Kelly, he left it in the middle of the plate. Oh, like a line drive.
Sure. No doubt about it.
I think Sean was trying to work off the plate with that pitch and ended up throwing it in the middle of the plate, and Eric Wedge will come out and make another change.
Josh Reddick coming up. Tough one for Kelly at Cespedes, his first major league home run, 2-run shot that puts Oakland in front of the Mariners 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th in Tokyo. Welcome back, everybody. Root Sports Television. Broadcast of the Mariners in Japan. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers with you. 2-1. A's on a 2-run homer by Jonas Cespedes. And we had heard that there was a predominance of Mariner uniforms in the ballpark. And boy, this bears it out. Earlier we saw just one A's uniform. I know had Matsui still been with the A's, probably would have seen a little bit more. That would have been both. That'd have been a double dip where the Japanese fans have two of their biggest stars. Central League has won that championship 34 times, in the Pacific League 26. How about the DH? It's used in the Pacific League. Home field alternates each year. And all games have a 15-inning limit. If the series is tied after 7 games, play an 8th. How about that? Was that in play when you were there? Was that relative? 12, yeah. I'm told it was 12 innings back when you were there. The first appearance of George Sherrill. It's lefty Josh Reddick. Two outs, 2 runs in. A's have taken the lead. Cespedes with his first big league homer. Mariners got on the board, a home run by Smoke.
You can see the slider. And Olivo set up away. Anytime you see a catcher's glove drift back out over the middle of the plate, it's usually trouble, and that's exactly what happened with that pitch.
Staying alive is Reddick. The Athletics paid a lot of money to get this young man escape Cuba. $36 million. Did it largely sight unseen, except for the YouTube video, which is a sensation. One and 2.
George Sherrill back with the Mariners. Take another look at the slider. It's in the middle of the plate. Sean Kelly knew it right away.
So he is hoping that the Mariner bats take him off the hook here. High fly ball. Right field. Ichiro is going to watch this one. That's leaving 2. So back-to-back home runs for the Athletics. Cespedes and now Reddick. 3-1 Oakland.
And that looked like another slider left on the middle of the plate. Olivo set up away, slider, laid in the middle of the plate, and Reddick hits it out of the ballpark.
Three to 1 is the score now. Bullpen having a bad night here in the 7th.
Olivo set up away.
Oof.
Yep.
Sat on the tee. Donaldson has twice grounded out to third base. Reddick with 7 homers with the Red Sox last year. Sherrill gives up a sharp base hit to Donaldson, who's 1 for 3 now. All this damage coming with 2 outs. That'll bring up Kila Kaihui. He's 0 for 2. Inning started with a walk. Coco Crisp fly to center. Crisp eliminated on a 5-4 fielder's choice, and then a 2-run homer by Cespedes and solo shot by Reddick.
You can see on that replay his front side was bailing, and because the pitch was left middle in, able to get the barrel to it, hit it in the seats.
Seventh hitter to the plate here in the 7th inning.
So many times it may not be that you called the wrong pitch. It's typically the location of it, Dave.
He set it on a tee. These guys aren't going to miss it. Kaihui fouled out to Seegers and flied out to center. Sharply hit, base hit. Runners at first and second. Look at Ichiro. Gets it back in. Donaldson respects that throwing arm. As we look at Fleet Country USA, the Mariner calendar. Let me go back. See the 4 games back in Arizona, then back with the A's regular season home opener for the A's. Day off Sunday, Texas, and then the A's once again, a Mariner home opener on Friday the 13th. The Sherrill ineffective. They'll go to Steve Delabar, 3-1 A's. Welcome back, everybody. Root Sports coverage from Bellevue. What's happening at the Tokyo Dome. And right now, it's not a good story, not a good inning for the Mariners. Down 3-1. 2-run homer by Cespedes. A solo shot by Reddick. Bullpen has not been effective thus far. But a good look at the Tokyo Dome. Team that plays there. Tokyo Giants. Given it to them by Lefty O'Doul. When we go to Lefty O'Doul's in San Francisco, see a lot of pictures there. Central League pennants. Well, they've been something else. 33, 21 Japanese series titles. Sadahara O, Sui, Phil Bradley, and Davey Johnson. Bradley, a former Mariner, and Davey Johnson, now the manager of the Washington Nationals, who look like they're going to have a nice team in a very tough division at National League East. Delabar's first appearance here in 2012. Jamal Weeks. Weeks 0 for 2 of the walk. Donaldson's at second. Okay, who is at first?
It looked like Allen came on to pinch a run.
Yeah, that's a 1-0 pitch.
Good fastball for Steve. Another one of the great stories for the Mariners as far as guys in the bullpen. And again, this fastball will be 95 miles an hour. He can rush it up there.
Hold 2.
Have to come to him now. 2-1. All this damage with 2 outs. Back-to-back jacks and then back-to-back singles. So Brandon Allen, he's pinch running for Kai Hui at first. 2-1 pitch.
Good fastball from Delabar, staying in on the hands of Weeks. I think he should go back in there again. Mariners, I just want to understand they'll stay the night tonight, leave about noon Tokyo time tomorrow.
Head
to
back
Arizona.
to Phoenix, yeah. They're going to land in Phoenix at 10 a.m. the same day. They're going to be seriously tired. 2-2. Struck him out. That'll do it. The stops the damage. 8 men to the plate for the A's. They score 3 times. A couple home runs. Man on left, Cespedes, a 2-run shot. And Reddick, a solo shot. 3-1 A's. (3-1) Athletics in a Boeing Company joined Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association in hosting a clinic for young baseball players in Ishinomaki, a city in the Tohoku region of Japan. Tuesday's clinic featured members of the A's and Mariners providing baseball coaching to approximately 100 young people. MLB and its players also contributed to the $1 million donation to help refurbish the baseball stadium in Ishinomaki. There you go, guys. Mariners have some work to do as we go to the 8th. Cologne still in there. Saunders leads it off. Takes a strike. Just joining us this morning. Cologne was perfect for 4 1/3. So Montero had his first Mariner hit.
Well, we've already seen the ball jump out of the ballpark. So the Mariners definitely not out of it. Sometimes it feels that way with the way the pitcher's going in Cologne. Has pitched well today, giving up the 1 home run, opposite field home run to Smoke, but a couple of base runners on, get him uncomfortable, put him in the stretch and see how he does.
1-1. Saunders leading off the 8th, 1-2.
Fuentes
and Cook.
Yeah, getting Cook loose. Yeah. Getting Fuentes ready for Ackley and Ichiro. Might turn Figgins and Smoke around.
Beautiful changeup.
He's had a great changeup all night. Mariners have really had a tough time recognizing it. Pitch from George Sherrill. And that's another breaking ball. The second home run when Reddick hit it out of the ballpark to right field. Just a hanging slider.
In the count of a morning, Mike, I got the hiccups now. Enjoying the tea, and all of a sudden it's like hiccup. It's like a cartoon.
Cespedes, big home run, the 2-run homer out the left center field.
Brendan Ryan, 0 for 2. Cologne got off to the great start. Gave up the home run to Smoke to lead off the 7th. Only real blemish is walk 1. High chopper. Weeks takes care of it. 2 out to the Mariner 8th. BASF Kitchen Catcher. Make sure you join us Saturday, April 21st. The White Sox will be in town. 1:05 start. Go to Mariners.com for more information. Look forward to seeing Robin Ventura, his skipper. First 10,000 folks will be hooked up.
Bring up Figgins. Sean Figgins comes to the plate 0 for 3 tonight. Was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. He hit the ball hard his second time up. Donaldson, the third baseman, made a nice backhanded play on it.
Brandon Allen now at first base for the Athletics.
See if Figgins can find a way to get on first and give Ackley a chance. Ackley with a home run in last night's game.
Shortstop Pennington. Quiet 8th inning. Mariners turned away. A's lead it 3-1. How about the fellas checking out Camp Zama? 25 miles southwest of Tokyo. Smoke, Ackley, and Cheryl, they made the trip. Cameraman Kevin Vogt. Kevin Vogt did a heck of a job. Camp Zama is the home to the U.S. Army Japan Corps. 500 military intelligence brigade, Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Army Japan Aviation Detachment, and the 78th Signal Battalion.
Entertaining the troops. Good for them. We were talking about it earlier. It's just not the long flight and having to go over there and play a number of games, but it's a lot of the other things that the guys decided to do, giving up some of their time. Dustin Ackley signing some autographs. I'm not sure I would have taken a shot at the helicopter, though. I might have stayed on the ground for that one.
Said it was a white knuckler.
Yeah.
Kevin Vogt, the cameraman, had all the shots, and then the pilot went sideways with the plane just to give a little ha-ha to the guys. And I saw it on Mariners.com. Ackley, he had a two-hand grip on that seatbelt, and I don't blame him. Kevin Vogt, our shooter, lost his balance, so he didn't get the shot. Totally. But I read about it on Mariners.com. Delabar pitching, bottom 8. Cliff Pennington, Coco Crisp, Johnny Gomes.
Let's see if Delabar can keep the score where it's at. Mariners top of the 9th inning will have Ackley, Ichiro, and Smoke. Smoke is homered in the game.
Mariners a run on 3 hits. Full count. Popped out play. Had a shot at Muneyori Kawasaki. Remember, he would love to play in Japan. Ichiro is his favorite player. Watch him the way he walks and runs and everything. Living, breathing homage to Ichiro.
I have to believe he'll be first up when Brendan Ryan needs a day off to play shortstop.
Pennington fighting it off. Payoff pitch here to Pennington.
Well, he's battling Delabar, going right at him with a good fastball. That one he tried to get on his hands. Pennington able to get it out of there, but Delabar again throwing his fastball around 95 miles an hour.
Top of the ninth for the Mariners. Athlete, Ichiro, and Smoke.
There's an off-speed pitch. Cues it off the end, barely staying alive.
Cespedes, a 2-run homer. That was in the 7th. Gave the A's the lead. Reddick, he followed with a homer. We'll be seeing a lot of these division opponents. Pennington gives it a ride. Figgins going back. He's got it, though. One out in the 8th, Saturday, April 21st. Salute the Armed Forces Day at Safeco Field. Join the Mariners as we recognize our country's servicemen and women in a special pregame ceremony. Now, following the game, 20,000 fans will receive a commemorative military coin courtesy of Boeing. For more info, visit mariners.com.
Coco Crisp.
One out for Crisp. Smoke vacuums that one up, 2 down. And that'll bring him Johnny Gomes. Gomes strike out looking, swinging, fly to second.
Ichiro, he'll get an opportunity to hit second going into the top of the 9th. Athlete, Ichiro, Smoke.
Hard throwing right-hander Grant Balfour is in the pen for the Athletics. Talking about seeing these guys a lot, the A's. See the Rangers. We don't see the Angels for a while until late May. They come to Safeco for 4-game series immediately after a 3-game set with Texas. There's a high drive, deep left center field. That one's going to leave the yard as well. Mariner bullpen didn't have it tonight. It's a 3rd home run given up by the Mariner pen. Gomes is first of the evening.
Delabar just staying with his fastball. Really throwing a couple of off-speed pitches. No doubt about that one. Be a different looking club too. Don't forget they still have Manny Ramirez. Ramirez out for 50 games.
Right.
Then Manny will be back in their lineup as the DH.
That'll potentially add some pop there.
I'm seeing him. We had a chance to see him a couple of times in spring training, and I thought, man, he looked good. Swinging the bat well.
Kurt Suzuki. Johnny Gomes, that's some haircut. It's like Kenny Powers, he's bound and down, right? Delabar overpowers Suzuki for the final out. Last ups for the Mariners. Active. Ichiro, Smoke. 4-1 A's. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination, and by Sterling Bank. Life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit our new website at bankwithsterling.com. The hiccups are not going to stop me. Dave Sims.
You
Mike
come
Flowers.
this far, Dave.
That's
Finish
it. Got this far. I got to finish this puppy up. 4-1 Athletics. Been a lot of home runs here tonight. 3 of them for the A's, 1 for the Mariners. Cologne was fabulous.
He was outstanding tonight. I thought had good command of his fastballs. He gets exactly look at a fastball in the outside corner. But the big pitch, the difference in this game was his changeup. His changeup baffled the Mariners through 8 innings tonight. Cologne going out 8 innings pitch, just the 3 hits, only had 1 walk. But the Mariners just could not figure out his changeup, and Cologne, a bit of a surprise. I didn't think he'd be able to pitch this deep into the game, but he was efficient. And because of that, he ends up with 8 innings, 6 strikeouts for Cologne in the game. Gave up the 1 home run to Justin Smoke. That's the only earned run. The only run period for Cologne. So he was
walk.
Yeah, outstanding. 86 pitches to work his way through 8 innings.
That's good. And that's taking you back to his prime time when he was winning getting double-digit victories for Cleveland. A hard-throwing Aussie right-hander Grant Balfour takes over. Balfour pitched the scoreless inning last night. Ackley, Ichiro, and Smoke. Mariners down 4-1.
And all of those hitters, they should get a fastball to hit. It's just not to miss it. Balfour typically will come right at the hitters. There's a fastball. Ackley 0 for 3 tonight after going 2 for 4 in last night's game.
Here's a classic case of overthrowing. Mariners are looking good. Leadoff homer by Smoke in the 7th. 1-0 Seattle. Bottom half of the inning. Tide turn.
2-out, 2-run homer by Cespedes. Reddick followed immediately with a home run, and then in the 8th, a 2-out solo shot by Johnny Gomes.
And again, the Mariners with just 4 base runners tonight.
Last year, his first start, Vargas pitched well. Chris Ray gave it up. Mariners came back and won the game. 2-2.
And as you would expect, and the Mariner hitters should know it too, you're down 3 runs. Balfour throwing nothing but fastballs.
Full count to Ackley. Now, my cheese. 1 out. That'll bring up Ichiro in his final appearance here in his home country. 0 for 3 tonight. Round out the second. Took a called third strike on a 0-2 pitch. And on a 3-2 pitch, flied out to center. And a great night last night. 4 for 5. Drove in a run. Never seen that before. Double box for That's how big the guy is in Japan, his home country. Brandon Allen feeds Balfour for the second out. Field for Jason Vargas, 6 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, two walks and 3 Ks, and then the bullpen had a bad night. Let's hope for the Mariners here in the top of the 9th. 4-1 A's.
Let's see if Justin Smoke can add to his night. 1 for 3 with a home run.
Fastball away from Colon, hit it into the left field stands.
He'll probably get a fastball away. Take a hack at again. Hit the ball hard a couple of times in the game.
Balfour coming right at him.
The hitting star, Cespedes, the center fielder, with a 2-run homer to give the A's the lead. Tacked on a couple of runs after that, but that was the big hit. As Dave mentioned, Jason Vargas was cruising.
2-1.
Reddick with a home run. Balfour.
Always talking to himself.
Always talking to himself.
That'll do it right here as Weeks will throw out Smoke. And the Mariners get a split with the A's in this Japan series. Cespedes, his first big impact moment in the major leagues with his first home run.
As you mentioned, Dave, Jason Vargas I thought was terrific tonight. Unfortunately, lack of run support for him. The A's come up 3 home runs, 2-run homer, and then a couple of solo home runs put this one out of reach. But the Mariners just 3 hits. They did have 1 walk, but that was it offensively. Only having runners in scoring position. Bases loaded back in the 5th inning. Brendan Ryan ended up hitting him to the shortstop, a ground out to end that inning. But that was really the only threat that Colon had the entire game.
Jason Vargas certainly the star of this night for the Mariners. 6 1/3 strong innings.
thought Jason had an excellent game plan to start this game. He was going to use his cut fastball in on the right-handed hitters. He gets a strikeout of Gomes right there, and eventually he'd start using his changeup, and the A's had a tough time dealing with him. Vargas really pitched well, was working ahead in counts. And for Jason, 86 pitches, 55 of them strikes, as you see the good circle changeup. He'll get another strikeout on that pitch. Vargas ended up with 3 strikeouts in the game, but Jason did everything he could to try to keep his glove in it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to score any runs. But Jason, outstanding first outing for him.
Cespedes was 0 for 2, and then he got that home run in the 7th. There's his line for Vargas.
You can see just 2 hits. Did give up the 1 run, an earned run, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. 86 pitches, 55 of them for strikes.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight and this morning. Second game of the Japan series on Root Sports. Mariners, we're going to be back with you Sunday, 12:30 from Peoria as the Mariners wrap up, return to Arizona, wrap up spring training. We'll bring you the Mariners and Royals on Sunday, plus a pair of games against the Rockies Monday and Tuesday before the regular season begins in earnest on April 6th in Oakland. Have a good night or a good morning, everyone, and we will see you Sunday minus the hiccups.